Hello everyone. Today I'm going to make pita bread. I make it my way. There's other recipes out there. You may disagree with the way I make it, but I've never had a problem the way I make it. The ingredients here, I have 2 cups of whole wheat flour that's been sifted. I have 1 cup of bread flour that's been sifted, 2 tablespoons of instant yeast, a tablespoon of salt. You can do 2 to 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 3 cups of bread flour. I'll explain why I separated it, and 2.5 cups of water. What we do is I'm going to add in the 1 cup of flour into the 2 cups of whole wheat. I'm going to pour in the instant yeast. A lot of people, they proof their yeast by putting it in the water first at like 110 degrees with sugar to activate the yeast. I follow a guy, now he's never made pita bread, but he's an excellent baker on YouTube, and he says that there's no need to activate your yeast. You put it at room temperature. The water should be at room temperature and everything, and it will rise. And I found this to be true. I make pizza and everything, and this is the way I do it now. I don't heat up the water. So I'm going to put that in, mix this up, and what we're doing is we're going to make what's called a sponge. This is what they do in baking. I'm going to add in the olive oil. I'm going to add in the salt. I'm going to add in the 2.5 cups of water. What I'm going to do is, because I don't do hand mixing, I'll bring it over to the stand mixer, and I put on the dough hook attachment. I'll lift the bowl, and I'm going to put it on number 2. Now, you want this all to be mixed and incorporated. Now, some is staying on the side. I'll take a spoon to knock it down. Now, I'm going to just turn that off for a second and knock this down. This technique is used in many different things in baking, which includes the pita bread, sourdough bread. You make what's called a sponge. Let me knock down this area. Now, using this technique, what you want to do is you want to make sure that it's mixed thoroughly. So that's what I'm doing. Now, if you were to do this by hand, you would have to go about 100 times with your spoon to incorporate all the ingredients. But I find it easier to do with the stand mixer. Thank God for modern appliances, because back in the old day you do everything by hand. Anyway, I'll get back to you. And just one more thing. when this is all mixed, you let it stand for about 10 minutes. Now you can do a minimum of 10 minutes or a maximum of 2 hours to put in the other flour. But I have found that if you leave it in longer, it forms, it's not as moist, and it's harder to incorporate the flour into it. So this is the way I do it. I'll get back to you. It's been 10 minutes since it's going, and you can see the sponge. And what we're going to do is we're going to start up the mixer, and we're going to add in the flour a little at a time. I have a half cup measure, and I'm going to put it in. Now we'll mix this until it's all incorporated and smooth, and then we're going to set it aside for about 90 minutes so it can expand the yeast. And I'll show you what it looks like after it gets smooth, and I'll show you what it looks like when the yeast does its job. I mixed the mixture, it's all finished, and I'm going to leave it in the bowl, and I'm going to cover this, and in an hour and a half, then I'll show you what to do next. We're ready to divide it up. As you can see, it almost doubled in size here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the scale, and I have the scale set for grams because it's easier, and I put that on, and this one weighs 1,567 grams. Let me put it back on, take it off and put it back on. 1,567. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide that by 16 and then make individual units of the dough. So I'll get back to you. Now I cut it up into 16 pieces. I'm ready to do it, and what you want to do is you want to roll this out so it's round to about 8 to 9 inches in diameter. You take a rolling pin, you flour your board, and you roll back and forth and flip it over, and you can see that it's spreading out. And whoops. There we go. It's almost there. And this is what you want. Now, I would say it comes out to almost 8 inches in diameter. Now, if you want larger ones, instead of making it for 16 pieces, make it for 12. And you divide the amount up into 12. So that's one. Now I'll do the rest of them, and then I'll show you what to do next. Now I'm ready to cook the pita bread. As you can see, it's all ready to go, and I have 2 baking sheets inside the oven. The oven, it was set for 450 degrees, and what I'm going to do is I put 2 per tray. Now it doesn't make a difference that it's overlapping like that. You can so it's overlapping, it doesn't make a difference. And I put that in there. And what I do is I leave it in there for about 3 minutes. And I'm going to do 3 minutes on each side. What will happen is that you'll see them puff up, and that's what's going to happen. So I'll show you what's going to happen when it starts cooking. Now the 3 minutes are up, and I'll show you what happens. You see that they're puffed up. So we flip them over like so. And we'll put that in for about another 2 minutes. But it may take a little bit longer. You have to look for the texture of the pita bread. You have to see if it has a little bit of brown in it. I'll get back to you. We're going to take a look inside. Another 2 minutes went by, and ooh, hot, hot, hot. Now you can tell it's very good. You see how it popped up? Oh well, that's okay. I'll get it. And we'll put that there. Now you can see the steam coming out. Now I'll keep on cooking the rest, and then I'm going to go outside. I'm going to finish up with the chicken souvlaki. I'll get back to you. Here it is, all completed. I have 4 more pieces inside the oven, but this is what it looks like, and it tastes very good. Now, what you can do with this is you put the souvlaki inside of here, but you can also use this pita bread. You can mix up some oil, garlic, oregano, and use it like a dipping, or you can put butter on it. It tastes very good. That's it for this pita bread. Hope you like it. Please click like, subscribe, share, comment down below. Have a good day, everyone.